Kristin and
Laura Vittles.
Laura Vittles. And as you guys probably saw on my Tuesday video, Laura's been kind enough and willing enough to come on my channel, and I'm going to go on hers as well. We're going to talk about some products. We thought that this would be kind of a fun, different sort of video. So on my channel, Laura's going to talk about her top, actually 6, because we said 5, and I think we both had 6 for both. Yeah. So 6 drugstore products currently, and I'm going to talk about my top 6 Sephora products currently. And so I kind of went from this at if all my makeup went away and I just wanted to go in and buy kind of the top 6 things to replace in my collection, what would I choose first? So this wasn't so much oh, I need to do a face of makeup, this is what I'm buying. This is definitely more of a just what would I go and repurchase.
Yeah. I think I did it sort of similar. I thought of it like if somebody would have said to me, I need to get 6 items at the drugstore, not necessarily to do a full face, but that would work well, what would you recommend? Like good starter things. Okay, all right, perfect. Well, should we go back and forth? Sure. All right. So I will go first. My first thing is the Guerlain Lingerie de Peau BB. I love this. I love this. I've loved this for a long time. This is my 3rd tube, I think. I just purchased this. Wow. And I love this particularly in the summer. I don't feel like, because my face gets a little bit of color. I mean, let's be real. I don't get lots of color, but I get a little bit of color, and this just kind of evens everything out. I feel like it's the best BB cream as far as evening things out, lasting power, and of course has a 30 SPF. So when we camp and that sort of thing, I absolutely wear this just to even things out and to give me that sunscreen. So this is hands down the first thing I would repurchase. But that's also like a really beautiful, it's almost like a foundation. That's why when she recommended it to me, I'm not a really big fan of BBs and CCs and Mimis and Fifi creams, and like I don't even know how many more are gonna come out. Who knows? I'm just not a fan because I just think it's a moisturizer with some foundation put together. But I trusted her and I gave this one a try, and I have to say, I think the thing I love most about this is how it, like when you apply it on the face, like you know it's doing all those good things for you, but it's also like beautiful and luxurious on your face. Like it's I can't describe it. The finish is amazing. Beautiful. Yeah, so I agree. Okay, so sticking with face, I'm going to mention my Maybelline Dream Smooth Mousse. I have loved this foundation for years. I have a lot of drugstore foundations I like, but the reason why I chose this one is because this has never failed me, and it's so easy to apply. Like, you don't have to dump any out onto a container. I don't think I've ever tried that. You should try it. I really love it, and I've been using it for years. The current shade I'm in is 240 Natural Beige. I don't know, I just think it gives you really beautiful coverage. It's not matte, it's got a little bit of a, I don't want to say glow to it, but it's not like flat on your face, but it's not like shiny. It doesn't, I will say this will probably last on me a good 5-6 hours before it starts to break down a bit. But without, if I don't want to think, this is what I use. And that's what you're wearing today? This is what I'm wearing today. This is what I'm wearing today as well. My favorite way to apply this, by the way, is with a flat top kabuki. What's your favorite way for that? My favorite way is with a Real Techniques buffing brush or expert face brush, or the Sigma flat top kabuki as well. Nice. I don't like it with my hands because I can't get any out. I will say one thing though, don't share this with anyone else because you're dipping your brush in it over and over again. So. Yep, I agree with that. All right, the next thing, this is actually new. I think I'm torn. I was really torn between this and my Laura Mercier Loose Minerals, because you know how I love the Loose Minerals. Wow, that's got to be that good. But I really like this. I really like the finish that it gives. So this is the Smashbox Photo Filter Creamy Powder Foundation. I'm in the shade 2. Oh, and by the way, in this I use light. And this, there's just something about the texture of this cream. I made her, or this powder I should say, I made her put it on her skin. And do you see how that kind of takes the lines away? It's crazy. I don't know. It's really good. I really, really like it. And this, as I said, is new to me. I think I just featured it in my favorites last month, something like that. Really, really like that, and I think I could get away with it. Normally when I use a powder foundation, I use it over the top of a BB cream or a foundation I don't like the coverage of or something like that. That one I could get away with it on its own, I think. You got a hair issue there, Vitale? Yeah. Yes. Yes. All right, what do you got? Okay, so my next product is this one. This is, I think, this is the L'Oreal True Match Powder in N8 Cappuccino. Clearly, I don't use this as an all-over powder. I think this is what I'm wearing today for like a light contour. This, I think, is the best contouring bronzer. And I have a drawer full of bronzers, but I reach for this more than any other kind because I love the color. I love that because this is technically like a powder foundation, it gives me a little bit of coverage, so it doesn't... Sometimes I find that bronzers, especially matte bronzers, apply quite patchy on the skin.
Agree.
This one does not. This one does not, and it's the perfect color. I don't know. I love this over any other contour kit, palette, whatever I purchased recently. This is my go-to. If I had to get rid of every other matte bronzer to contour with, but this, I'd be perfectly happy. In fact, I'm not even tempted to buy another one. I know.
Well, now I'm going to have to try that when we go to Target today.
You should. Yes.
All right, my next product is the Benefit Rockateur blush, and that is what I'm wearing today. And I realize I've talked this blush to death, and it wasn't in my last year favorites. It was in the year before because, you know, I try to keep only new things in my yearly favorites. But that's what it looks like right there, just stunning. And now Laura said that she likes this more as a topper, right? Because her skin's a little bit darker. So keep that in mind. If you're a little more fair like me, this is what you're going to get. If you have a little bit darker skin, it would be more of a topper kind of glow.
But if you have quite I especially love that over Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation in Exposed because it's quite like a nude, like matte color. Well, that gives it life because I don't like matte sort of blushes. I like to top them with something that combined is gorgeous because you get the longevity from the Tarte blush, but you get the glow from the Rockateur. So that's the only way I can use it is to top something else, and it's really, really pretty. But I've used it on my eyes too in the summertime.
Oh,
just
that'd be
really, really quickly.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty. I've used it in the crease before.
I like it. My blush of choice is the blush I'm wearing right now. I have all of these.
It's beautiful.
I have all of them, and this particular one is my favorite, and this is the Milani Baked Blush in Rose d'Oro. I've used this on brides when I did makeup for my two best friends from when they got married. I've used this for, when girls had their prom. I'll be using this year as well. I just think that it is the most beautiful blush. It
is beautiful.
It's like a pinky bronze, glowy. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's right there.
It's beautiful. I wear it in the summer a lot.
Oh, I love this blush. I love all of them, but I have to say Rose d'Oro is my favorite. And I do think, it has some sheen to it, but I do think that on older skin it works as well because I tend to stay.
It's not glitter.
It's not a glitter bomb on your face. Then they have some that are more glittery than others, but this particular one I just think almost gives you a youthful look. I don't know. I just really love it.
Perfect for the summer, I think.
I agree.
All right, let's see. I'll switch over to eyes. So I'm gonna back to back these ones. What am I at? Fourth and fifth one are both eyeliners. So the first one is the Tarte Skinny Smolder Eyes. The one that I have here is the one that this is my third one of these as well.
That's crazy.
I love this liner. This liner is amazing.
It's beautiful.
I made her buy it yesterday.
It's beautiful.
This is the one in Sunstone Bronze. First of all, I'm not sure if I can show you how creamy this is. Let me just do another swatch there. It's just a stunning shade. This is a perfect. It's perfect. I use it all year round, but in the summer, you put this on your lash line, something like real light on your eyes. Put this on your lash line, smudge it out a little bit, some mascara. Beautiful. It's just stunning. And for any color eye, it's beautiful, but particularly like blue and green eyes, just...
In fact, I was thinking, could you use this as a base with like a copper shadow on top?
Absolutely. It smudges out so well. Let me just see if I can... Without it drying, it's already dried, so I probably won't be able to show you so well. But let me try to do it with my finger. There. So that's what it looks like, a little more smudged out. And when it sets, it's not budging. These work very well on upper lash line to tight line. I love it absolutely, and I'm wiping this off as fast as I can because it'll be there forever.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Very, very, very good. So, I mean, I have multiple colors of that. I do have a Topic Tuesday coming up on that, I promise, of a little swatch fest of all of the ones that I have. They show up on Haute Look a lot for half the price. And, awesome. They have a couple of greens I just die over. All right. I'll stop talking.
The next product is my favorite concealer ever. Now, if you open up this drawer and you'll see all the concealers, and I've given my
it's a big old drawer.
Yeah, and I've given my sister like an entire basket of it. Out of all of my high-end concealers, out of all of my drugstore concealer, this is the one I go back to over and over again. About a year or so ago, I would have said that it's my Maybelline, what is that rollerball one? Maybelline...
The Garnier rollerball?
No. We're getting
the depuffer?
This one. This is an Age Rewind. I would have said that this is my Holy Grail concealer, but then I came across this one, and I think I've used this more than any other concealer. I've actually purchased 2 of this color, which is Sand. But I also have a medium. I have a darker color. I love this. I especially love this because I have really dry under eyes. So this doesn't dry matte, and it's not super heavy. So I really, really love this.
I need to try that. I had one that was in the wrong shade.
You should try it.
But I need to get one in the right shade.
You should really try it. I really, really love this. In the darker color, like in the medium right now, when I don't self-tan, I can use that to like put it under my eyes, or around my nose, like top of the cheek, and then blend it out, and then top it with a powder. And use that kind of as my foundation. I'm done.
Nice. All right, the other liner that I have, and these also lately I've done to death. I can't help it. This is something I would absolutely repurchase, and I just purchased the full size of this one just in case. And I don't know. I don't have very. Oh yeah, that's it. That's all I have left in this one. So this is the Marc Jacobs Highline Gel, let me get the name right. Highliner Gel Crayon. This is the one in blacker. So this is the one that I bought in full size. At Christmas time, I had purchased the kit that had 7 of them in it. Hands down, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the best waterline black liner out there. Hands down. I have tried, not them all, but I have tried many of them. And there is nothing like that. This one in particular, I've said before, I think there's something about black pigment that must make it really tricky to put it in a liner and get it not to transfer if you just want it up here and you don't want it down there. So it's great for that, and it's also, you put this on your waterline, it is not budging for hours.
I agree.
Hours. So, I mean, if there's one thing that you want to try out, try them all, really. But this is totally...
I really feel like you should, if you're looking for a black eyeliner, it is like a splurge, because I think they're like in the mid-20s each. Worth it, because you will never want to buy another one again. And I don't know about you, well, you've only had this... I've had mine for a while, over a year, and it is not dried out.
I was wondering about that,
dried out, and it's, in fact, it's right there. You can see the gold, the bullet cap.
This one?
Yeah. And it does not, it does not dry.
Oh, yeah.
It's, like, perfectly creamy.
Yep.
It's, like, the weirdest thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's perfect.
Look how black it's so black, and I can even work with them on my upper lash line as well, but my preference is definitely to use it in my...
Because I gotta get
in my waterline. Get it off. Get it off quick. So yeah, I really think. Yep.
Okay.
You gotta go quick. You gotta get quick.
To get it off.
Quick. All right, your turn.
Okay, my turn. I'm gonna mention this one. I have all of them, and I don't want to say I have all of them, but 90% of them. This is the Maybelline Color Tattoo, and this particular color is back to the bronze.
Stunning.
I love this over any other, all the other colors, because this is a color that I can throw on my eyes and go. I can just blend it out with my finger. I don't need a crease color. I don't need anything else. This is dried up a little tiny bit, but do you see that?
I just stirred mine up, and it was back to delightfulness, because a lot of you guys suggested that I do that, because I mean, it's in my, it's so pretty.
It's like a taupey bronze that looks amazing on its own, or I'll show you what I'm topping it with in just a minute, what I topped it with in just a minute, but it is bulletproof on the eye. It doesn't crease without a primer. Yep, it's awesome. And if you have been on the, if you wanted to purchase one of these and didn't know which color, I suggest this one.
And that doesn't even crease on me without a primer, which is saying something.
I have really dry eyelids, so...
Me, not so much. It's the only part of my body that's not dry.
Now look at me.
All right. Get it off quick. That's another one that's bulletproof. So my last thing, and this was easy for me, is the Urban Decay Naked Palette. I mean, and this is what I have on my eyes today. I like this, and hopefully you guys can see how much I have. I mean, this is hands down my most used palette.
Mine too.
And you can do the simplest eye. You can do a smoky eye. Like these two here, I just love Toasted and Hustle. Those are some of my favorite shades. The least used, you can tell, shade in here is Gunmetal. But I just started playing with colors like that probably in the last few months. And I actually would like to do kind of a smoky eye with that. But at any rate, I love Half Baked. It's just beautiful. And you guys know I really prefer a matte, deep, dark brown in a palette. Yeah. But Dark Horse works very similar similarly to a matte. It's a good kind of satin, I would say. Yeah. But I would repurchase this over and over and over again. And I've had this since it very first came out.
Me too. Let's see how much of it I used, shall we?
Yeah, let's.
Because I've had this for a while. Yeah, I've used quite a bit. I've used Sin a lot because Sin,
that's what I have
for
on my
me,
lid
throw
today.
it all over the lid, put a little bit of Buck in the crease, no liner, no nothing, just mascara, go.
Done.
And it's like the easiest, prettiest summer, spring eye.
Totally agree.
Love that. Okay, my last one is the shadow that I'm wearing right now on top of the Bats of the Bronze, and it is my L'Oreal Infallible in Amber Rush. Now this is another one that I've used on brides. This is a total dupe for MAC Tan Pigment, except I like it better because of the container.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of loose pigments, but this is gorgeous. I don't know anyone that doesn't like this.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know anybody that doesn't like the Infallibles. Oh. I'm sure there are some people, but I know. So pretty.
I might have picked up a little much. Do you see that? Oh, yes.
Stunning.
It's a really beautiful shadow. And like I said, I don't know anyone that doesn't love this. I have a lot of the other colors, but this is the one I reach for.
Lady.
That's the one I reach for the most.
That one and Bronze Taupe. Those are the two that I use the most.
Those are my favorite too. But that one is the one I use most, and I find that I love it around Christmas time because it's got like a nice amount of like sheen on the eye for a special look. I love it in the summer. I love it in the spring. There's never a time I don't love it.
You can pair cools and warms with it. And
I love it.
Yeah,
it's just the best. So those are my 6.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your 6 drugstore with me.
You're welcome.
And thank you so much for being on my channel. We've had just such an amazing time together. We're sad because this is actually our last day, but we've had a really, really good time, and I'm sure there will be more in the future. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. I will list below for you everything that we are wearing because we already talked about it in Tuesday's video. But yeah, hope you're having a great day, and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye.